We live in a world that's just drowning in hot takes and endless debate. But what if there was a system that simply didn't care? A place where the only thing that mattered was what you could prove. We're going to dive into a world where code is designed to silence all that chatter. So this whole idea really forces us to ask a pretty fundamental question. What do we actually value more? Is it the story we're told about someone, their reputation, their connections, what they've done in the past? Or is it the tangible, verifiable results that they produce right here, right now? And this really frames the two completely different realities we're often operating in. On one side, you've got the world of noise. This is that subjective realm of opinion, gossip, bias, even praise. But on the other side, that's the world of logic. It's an objective space, and it's governed by things like code, verification, execution, and pure, hard results. Okay, so how do we get from one of those worlds to the other? Well, this is where blockchain comes into the picture, and it's introduced here not just as some piece of tech, but as an engine of logic. It's a system designed to be a beacon of impartiality in a world that, let's be honest, often really lacks it. At its core, the whole philosophy here is incredibly simple. Create a system that thrives on pure logic, not on human feelings. It's literally designed from the ground up to be completely indifferent to the very things that so often sway our judgment. And that means all that subjective input we just talked about, the praise, the criticism, the gossip online, it's all completely irrelevant. The system is literally engineered to ignore all of it and focus only on the provable facts of a transaction. And this isn't just some philosophical ideal, it's a tangible, operational reality. This is literally code in action. Think of it like a machine that does exactly what it's programmed to do, every single time with zero interpretation and zero bias. And that action, it follows a really precise, unwavering process. First, through cryptographic proof, it verifies transactions, and then it chains them together into these unchangeable blocks. And then it executes smart contracts, which, are basically just self-enforcing agreements written in code that run when specific conditions are met. There's just no room for opinion here. It is pure mathematical execution. So this engine of logic, it has a pretty profound implication. I mean, think about it. When you build a system that completely removes subjective bias, what kind of environment do you actually create? Well, according to the source material here, you create the perfect conditions for an ultimate meritocracy. And honestly, this is the most revolutionary part. In a system like this, who you are, it just doesn't matter. Your identity, your background, your connections, they are all completely irrelevant. The system is blind to all of it. It doesn't judge you. So instead, a whole new set of values take center stage. What really matters is what you can build. Can you craft solutions that just work smarter? Can you deliver tangible results? And maybe most importantly, does your code hold up when people really scrutinize it? That becomes your new resume. It all really boils down to one simple, incredibly powerful rule. Your origins and your story, they do not dictate your outcome. Period. And this just opens the door for true global innovation. It means the next great idea, the next big breakthrough, it can come from absolutely anyone, from any corner of the globe. The only thing required is the ability to build something that actually works. So, what does this all mean for the creators, the builders, the innovators out there listening? Well, the source material frames this whole thing not just as an observation, but as an invitation. A call to join a revolution where your work, and only your work, speaks for itself. This line right here, it really is the heart of this entire explainer. It is the ultimate summary of this entire philosophy. Because, in a system without a central authority, without some gatekeeper making subjective calls, the only thing you have left to trust is the code itself. So build fearlessly. Build without that weight of judgment on your shoulders, without worrying if people are going to like your idea or approve of where you came from. Just build what you know can work. Create relentlessly. Because in a system that rewards results, the momentum belongs to those who just keep producing, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's even possible. And finally, let your code speak. Let it be your advocate. Let it be your resume. Let it be your reputation. Because in this world, well-written, effective code is the single most persuasive argument you can possibly make. Which leaves us with one final, and I think fascinating question to chew on. In a world where the best ideas are actually judged on merit alone,
completely free from the noise of opinion and bias, what gets built next?